for a moment, that is going to be really helpful because I really am a dimwit when it comes to this stuff. So I'm gonna, all the help I can get. So yeah, ace, 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 ace. Quick little bit of background. I have steadfastly refused to take the Eurorack route. Afraid of it really because I could see so much exciting stuff happening. I just thought my head would explode if I was to kind of enter that realm. Ah, gosh. Oh, and it's been really frustrating. But there's been like a funny kind of chain of events that's kind of led me here now. And it's something that is just, I cannot absolutely resist anymore. And I've had some fantastic chats with DivKid, with Ben, and also with Richard Nicol from Pittsburgh Modular, who's a great friend and wonderful encourager as well. So yes, it looks like this is the way things are going to be going. So I can, if I switch, no, let's go here. Let's go here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, nice. Look, so here is an Arturia Mini Brute 2 with the Rack Brute, the 6U Rack Brute. So this is quite a fabulous thing. And I have to say that the synthesizer itself, the Mini Brute 2, is brilliant. It's such a juicy, lovely synthesizer, but I've got to be honest, I haven't delved in very deep with it because it's always going to be this system. So I've been waiting to start building the system before really starting to embrace this synthesizer. Um, so there's a big old panel there on this. This is a semi-modular synth. uh, so therefore, quite a lot. You can do quite a lot with it. And I think it's also brilliant because we've got a sequencer in here. And I think it's really fun how they've essentially put the key step. This is a key step, more or less, other than the fact it's only a monophonic sequencer. If you're familiar with the key step, it's exactly the same. And the same cool little shortcuts. Like if you're running it as an arpeggiator or as the sequence and you want to change the time division, if you hold down shift, change the time division, wait to the right moment, let go of shift, then that time thing will happen. Same with pattern select as well, Uh, pretty cool things. So this is the basis of my system. And this empty, well, not quite empty. We're going to come to this little unit here. This is the first, my first unit. Come back here a moment. My friend Andy Mack, wonderful Andy Mack from Sonic State, he gifted me this. He gifted me this, and I'm ever so grateful. And he thought it was the right one to start with because it's the Dope A119. Huh. Yes, the Dope A119, and it's an external input envelope follower. So it's a utility module, but what it allows is for me to plug in my bass. And I'm Gaz Williams. So what I do is I play the bass guitar. That is my first and foremost kind of, that's what I want to do first. So this means that this and that are gonna be very well acquainted. So actually, I think the fact that I want to play into it, I think is going to influence what other modules go into there as well. But it's nice having this keyboard attached to it too. So I think it's quite exciting. I'm going to have a little read, if you don't mind, of the comments so far. Wow, look at all this. Hey, well, firstly, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It's a great audience. It's lovely. Great to see so many friends here, too. Wow. Yes. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Envelope follower for my bass. Yeah. Okay. So, right. I think most of you are well up on this kind of stuff. So I don't know how, basic to be on it. Actually, I'm pretty basic. So I think I'll probably go at the level that I'm at. um, so I I'm I'm always a little bit confused that I have to that I feel pressure to modulate, like, that, like, very pure tones is, you can't have that. They're way too boring. You have to modulate. Now, I think that's partly one of the things why I've been a little bit standoffish with Eurorack as well, because of this, pressure to modulate. But, people are going, "Ah, yes, but you will dream up the most wicked, devious ways to modulate once you come in." It's like, "Oh, okay." So, right. I've got some cables here, and I'm going to make some patching. So, on the A119, we've got 2 audio inputs labeled, asymmetrical input and symmetrical input, and I find that quite curious. So I'm already thinking, okay, that's a clue to something down the line that I don't quite understand why. I'm sure you don't, honestly, I'm a bit of a dunce when it comes to this stuff. So at least to my understanding, anyway, it's like a low impedance input, the symmetrical input, which means it's perfect for my bass guitar, and I think the asymmetrical would be good for line level. Is that right? Um, but it's got 2 audio outputs, and it has got a gain control as well, so that's really cool. So I can bring my bass guitar signal in, and then I can send it out. Ooh, okay. Also, there's an envelope out, so the envelope follower, I guess if I get my gain input just right, the envelope follower will give a CV signal that is following the dynamic of that energy was coming from, in this case, the bass guitar. So that's going to be something interesting to route that in here. So I'm definitely going to need some help to get some ideas of what will be best to plug in. But also, and I think this is really exciting, and I'm so excited to try this, and I've resisted trying it until now. So this is going to be like is a world's first for me. This is it. I've just put this thing in. I've just screwed it in just before going live now. So this is and in fact, when I plugged that little cable in, it was the first time I've ever done that. Yeah, so I feel, oh, okay, today is a momentous day in my kind of crazy little life here. So, ah, but something I should mention with the Mini Brute too is that this combo of using it with this attached rack unit is fantastic because I've got a gig bag that's specially designed for it, and gig, gig. Can you remember those things? Um, but in the future, I'm really looking forward to that this is gonna be a mobile rig. It closes, and when it closes, there's these little orange legs on the side here that allow all your patching to remain. So, super cool design, but I really like the idea of taking it with me, and, mm, I'd like I'm starting to think it might be the thing I should play in Asteroid Deluxe. That's the psychedelic space rock band that I play in that you should all check out. Um, because I've been dilemmaed out about which synth to be using. My Electron Analog 4 has been my one of choice, and it's really, really cool in that role. Um, but this could be even better, especially with my bass guitar. So I'm thinking down the line about how I can make my pedal board and this kind of, how they can mate. Ugh. How they can join up. Holy cow! Holy cow! That would be cool. Because when I play live, I like to play really loud, crazy psychedelic music that I can stomp around and wear a cape unashamedly with. And the idea of having some kinda killer little rig is gonna make that, oh, yeah, I love my paddleboard. I can do so much with my paddleboard, but to put this in, I've actually got a line input on my pedalboard waiting for it as well. Um, and I do play theremin live with Asteroid Deluxe, and that's got a CV output. Ho, 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 ho. 'Cause I've figured something out, and it's super cool. I don't know if I wanted to share this, but when you use, I've got a theremin, so that's sort of Moog's, you know, it's like it's like the beginner's theremin in a way, because you can do a whole bunch of pitch quantizing with that thing. So you can make it into a scale, and it will mean that you can always play in tune, but you can decide at how fast that tuning takes place. So if you have it quite slow, the tuning, you can still get the nice legato playing, but you end up in tune. So it's really cool from that. But it does output like CV, just a single CV output on there. So, and I use that live. Holy cow. Mm. But oh yeah. I'm just thinking about how cool that'll be. So that's the thinking. So this big empty space is going to fill up with things I reckon Asteroid Deluxe kind of influencing, I think. Hmm. Hmm. So anyway, I'm saying this is a good place to start though with the A119 external in from Dopefer. um, my goodness, Dieter Dopefer, he's the guy who started this format and he's the kind of, he's the dude. He's a really nice guy too. He's really fun. And yes, oh my goodness, look at all of these comments. Heavens above, how am I going to keep up with this? Wow, I'm gonna have to read this offline later. Um, there is so much cool. Oh, look at all this cool stuff in the comments. Holy cow. Red stripe down. Oh, yeah, loads of cool things. Okay, I'm just scanning through things quickly. I'm so sorry. It's really hard to kind of keep up with things, but I really appreciate your being in there and having a chat. It's super cool. Super cool. Thank you. Yeah. Right. Okay. Anyway, so I can connect these up. Um, Interestingly, I think there's so many cool things you can say about the Mini Brute too. But one of the things is the external in. It gives you two types of external in. One which goes master. So I'm guessing that. Let's try it. Let's just do that. That's the most simplest thing first. I'm going to go audio out. Oh gosh, here we go. This is my first Eurorack patching moment on my own, with things which are mine in my life. I was just about to do it, and it's going to be the simplest thing. I'm connecting the audio output of that to the master input of this, but I'm going to be cheesy, and I'm going to have to kiss the plug. Okay. Oh my goodness. Here we go. So this is it, really. Right. Okay. And in it goes. Ooh, that was great. Right. So I promise I won't play it too much. That's for my other chat that I'm calling Crimes in E. So that's going to be bass guitar focused stuff. Okay. I should turn the output out with my headphones off. Oh, actually, I'm not thinking about you guys. Let's do it that way. Quick remembrance about those all that audio engineering training. Blimey. I'm gonna just do this little thing to keep the cameras alive. There we go. Yeah. Okay, bass. Oh, I can hear it. That sounds all right. Ooh, what's that? There's background noise. I guess it's not gonna be clean, is it? How much gain? I've got a little bit of gain. And does the master volume? Oh yeah. Okay. So this just goes into the master. This just goes into the output path and gets affected by the master volume when I'm plugged in to just the master input there. However, if I plug into the external input, then that kind of means I can take this bass guitar signal and feed it in as an oscillator source here. It's got its own external input control. So that's nice. Oh, so that gives me nice choice there. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do this in really small little steps. But there, that's my first connection. Haha. I feel it's right to put the bass through it. I just feel it's right because anyway. So now we want to see what other things we can do. So that in its basic form is almost like just like an input channel, and I can plug in outside world things in. I've got some contact mics and a few other stuff, a few other bits and bobs. So I think this little module is almost like it's totally essential. But anyway, there is another part to this, which is it can give me a gate signal, and there's a threshold control. So when that threshold is set, well, let's have a little look. If I was just to play notes, oh, there we go. So I can see it lights when I'm crossing the threshold. Oh yeah, look at that though. The envelope out though, I can see it bright and dimming, and it dims as the note decays. Oh yes, indeed. Oh, that's actually fairly responsive. And I can see with the gate though, that's the LED beneath though that I need to give a little bit of a poke with it, with a threshold just currently there. But that's what I will want to do, is be able to know the biting point where that, where I can play to push that gate open. So I was thinking I should be able to fairly easily drive the Mini Brute sequencer with these gate pulses. And I reckon I don't even need the audio. I think I'll just use the bass as a kind of as like a pulse signal. Let's see. Yes, that's quite interesting. Okay, this is it. I'm so sorry. There's so many absolute like Eurorack geniuses watching right now, and I've just done like the most basic patch I think is possible. Right then. Okay. Okay, we're going to go in. This is going to come out of the gate out, and it's going to go in. Where's it going to go in? Sync. Sequencer sync. Great. So now on the Mini Brute, I can get to sync. I did notice that was one thing when I saw the Beat Step, not the Key Step Pro at the NAMM show this year. I had to ask Sebastian where the sync controls were, because they're not. They are in a menu. They're in a menu, and it's. I mean, that's fine. They have to make decisions, and but I like being able to see like real estate given up to where the sync is on there. That's nice. So I can see that now. I've got my sequencer set to CLK, which stands for clock, which that clock is going to receive pulses from here. So if I push play on here, then let's turn the volume of this up. I'm going to take the mix out. Okay, there's a gate coming in. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Coming out, a gate out. Oh, I went in, didn't I? That's it. Hang on, clock. So look at that. My second hole that I've done, I put in the wrong hole. And I think, did I look at that. I did an out to an out. Can you believe this? This is like the most basic 101. Okay, I'm going into clock instead. Ha. Hey, all right. We are in business. Ooh. Why does that feel slightly late though? Let me just see now if I make it Why is that slightly late? If I pluck that and then it triggers. How many milliseconds behind the it's why I would have thought that should be. Is that the attack on here? Attack is off. I can't get a feel on that because that little bit of lag. or reverse polarity somewhere. Threshold. Is there some weird PPQ setting? Oh, that could be more it, couldn't it? Because I'm trying to. Is it the clock? There might be something like that, couldn't it? It's a. Oh, sorry about the horrible music. What is quite nice though is I took that. You see, let me put a nicer riff in. Sorry, let me just make it nicer. Okay, it's getting a bit synth is quite loud compared to the speech. Thank you very much. Any comments like that are most welcome. Maybe they're too much the other way. I've done a lot of MIDI bass over the years, and dealing with lag and latency is the thing. You know, it really kills. You know, like the sexy part of bass playing is when you're sat right in the groove. You know, and it's an amazing thing. You know, it's an amazing thing, and it's a very subtle thing. What makes something really super groovy. And when that's compromised, when that edge is kind of compromised, you just can't get that groove. You just can't get your mojo working, you know? Ah. So there isn't a way with this particular setup to do pitch to MIDI. So that would be something that might be a module that would be not to MIDI, sorry, voltage to pitch. Yeah. So no, it'd have to be a pitch tracker, wouldn't it? Yeah, don't know about those. There probably is a really good pitch tracking module out there, so that might be something. Maybe some of you out there may even know that answer. Oh my goodness. There's such a cool chat going on, and I'm missing out on it. It's like it's like my party and everyone's having a good time and I'm out in the garden on my own. Yeah. Well, certainly hello, Rustic. Hey man, nice to oh God, that's your head. Oh God, it's so good. So many cool dudes out there. Lush. Okay, so I mean, this module hasn't really got an awful lot that it can do. However, I think these things are so fundamental and cool. I guess my next thing I should really be trying to do is get that envelope out and see if I can get the nuance of performance out of that, you know, to affect the velocity, and see I can trigger. I'll only be able to trigger. Oh, how am I going? What? So the gate. Whoa. So what do you think then? If I have the let me think. What do I want to do? So if I want to advance that sequence, but could it be that every time I play a note, depending on just how hard I play it, I could affect, say, cutoff, perhaps? So I've got a little bit extra performance from playing it. That seems to make sense to me. So let me think what I'll need to do then. So the gate out now needs to just open the VCA, I guess, doesn't it? So I am such a beginner here. Gate out. So VCA in 1, in 2. Now, what do I want to do here? Do I want to go into the CV? I think I want to go into CV, don't I? Because I want the control voltage coming out of, oops, not the gate. Oh, sorry, out the envelope out, going in to the CV. I feel like I'm like cheating in school, looking over my shoulder so I can see the comments to see if what I'm doing is kind of right. Um, I could patch the envelope follower into the VCF cutoff. Yes. Yes, let's do that. That's kind of the coolest thing, isn't it? Okay, cutoff. So, oh, so I still need my gate then to drive the. I still need to get that gate working, don't I? And I'll just use that one for now. So I'm going to go gate out. And the gate is, yeah, still going to drive the sequencer, isn't it? So that'll go back into clock. Okay, so now. So. Now if the envelope, if I'm playing, okay, I'll turn the filter down. Hmm. I'm missing out something here. I'm coming envelope out into cut off. Maybe I'll turn the cut off right down. Oh yeah. Okay, so think I'm going to need to use attenuators here to get the to make it feel right. Oh, Richard Nickel in the house! Oh my goodness, Eurorack royalty in the house. Yes, the founder of Pittsburgh Modular, and here I am plugging the audio output into the mastering. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to look at the things now again just to see. Patch the envelope follower into the VCF. Yes. So let's try that. Uh, uh, uh. Hey. Sorry, this is really boring me. Look, reading comments. Okay, let's get back to the action. Again, thank you so much for joining. This is literally, I have made my first Eurorack connection on my own, in my own, on my own, of my own free will. I should add. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh, I'm hearing noises. I'm hearing background noises going on. So this is going to be a thing, isn't it? Of just sort of interference, I guess. Is this something that is something that you experience a lot of in Eurorack? Is spurious noise? Is that something that you have to be aware of? I don't know if anyone would know that answer. Um, ah, yes. Okay. Um, oh, sorry. It's like this is like a rubbish excuse, but my monitor at the moment, I'm just using my iPad, and the cable is so super, super short. I've got a new monitor screen arriving tomorrow, so I'll be able to have something out there. So right now, I'm having to crane around to see the comments. Okay. Um, Okay, so you don't hear a lot of background noise. I don't know, maybe I think I'm gating. No, I can't. Blah, 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 ignore me. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I'm trying to drive that sequencer, and then depending on how hard I play, is going to determine behavior of the cutoff. Ha! Sorry about that. Trying really soft. So it's important I actually get the gate sensitivity open, so I can play this much softer to get those. Try and see if I can get the range. Okay, so I want to turn something here now to control how much this is affecting. That's doing its job fine, I think. It's just I need to make the. I want to get the range of control, so I can really feel the closed to the open predictably, I suppose. Oh, now that is pretty cool, though, isn't it? Ha. Still, I guess, yeah, still is this kind of doesn't feel snappy at all. And okay, so I wonder if there is something that I can do that makes it more reactive. This idea of it, right? Clock. If the clock, I could test it, couldn't I? I could set sort of something out from this. eh, Oh, I'm getting confused. I'm confusing myself now. High notes on the bass may trigger the synth faster because of the waveform size. Because it doesn't really matter. I don't even have to. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That was pretty cool, actually. Oh yes, Florian Schneider has passed away. That is, it's really sad. I mean, if ever anyone was the face of Kraftwerk with all them kind of faceless, he was the one who really stood out, wasn't he? He was, but also, wow, what a legacy. Um, Oh, this is the beginning of a new relationship. Oh my goodness. I am starting to bond with it. Yes. And this very simple patch. Okay. So this is good. I'm a little bit scared. This just does feel like, okay, that's nice. Yes, where next? So again, there's not an awful lot more I can do here. Well, is there? Of course, there is more things I can do. I can do things with that audio signal, can't I, as well? Let me have a look. I need some more cables. Oops. Sorry about that. I've got a peculiar cable here. I can't remember who makes this one, but it's got a little attenuator. It's got a little attenuator in line, so it can actually make it change the range. That's kind of such a cool little thing. Oh, I'd love every cable to have one of those. I think they're quite expensive, though. This was a gift from Nick Batt. Right. Nick Batt. I'm ever so grateful to be his friend. He's such a momentous, fantastic person. He is a super cool dude. That is for sure. He's so clever. Oh, he's too clever. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at these comments. Yes. I'm just trying to speed through it. Firstly, wow. 89 of you out there. That's amazing. That's absolutely fantastic. I feel super, super honored that you'd care to join me on this little journey. As I say, I wonder where to go. I do love effects. I love effects. I've got, as I say, with my pedal board, this idea of the pedal board and this somehow communicating, and mm, I think it's yeah, I think it's really interesting. But to play out live, my goodness, and with all the variables, I would be really quite scared, especially if it was a big gig, of relying on all this kind of patching. Whew. I mean, yeah, but live dangerously. Do you know, seeing Finley Shakespeare live, that's a great experience. He is a brilliant performer. I mean, and just amazing all round. Really, what a guy. But he it, saw him uh supporting Blancmange. It was great to see Blancmange, and you know, they were cool. They were really cool. But I think they may be using a few tracks and stuff going on, whereas Finley's set was, it was brutal. It sounded so good. There was a real electric energy. Wow. But highly recommended. Highly recommended. um, okay. I do like this form factor though. I really like this form factor of this and this. I think it's conducive, isn't it? You know, to be able to have this key bed sequencer, monosynth, and all that sort of side of things there. That can be more experimental then, I guess. Um, I have got an idea of something that I want to do in here that I'll probably do next week. But yeah, I'm really interested in the Zoya, but people are sort of saying, well, the Zoya Euro Bureau, I think that would be a really, really interesting thing. But then that's a system inside a system. But I just like the idea of that being kind of taking care of the digital side of things. There's a lot of cool things that the Zoya could do. It could be like a loop station. It could be like a, you know, God, I mean, Empress effects sound excellent, and their algorithms are in that in the Zoya. So having a lush, super deep reverb, shimmer reverb, all that kind of stuff. But I can also see that that is also me trying to bring my typical world into this, rather than embrace the thing that is the voyage of Eurorack. Um, yeah. So, but I would also like to have this as a multi-track recorder system, you know, and just in some way, maybe the Zoya could be that as well. So you could just use it as a as a tape recorder as well. Okay. I've got my eye on a bunch of things. Holy cow! I didn't want to get drawn into this. There is so many cool things out there, but also starting to realize as I feel like I've been skirting around the outside, like some sort of hyena, I don't know, circling around, just kind of, uh, no, just having a little nose. And I got Patch and Tweak, the book from Kim Bjorn, amazing book. And opening it up, it's just like, oh, quick, close the book again, close the book again. Oh no, okay. I could see it's just like, oh. So yeah. So I'm interested. I am interested in where I can go with this. So how long have I been streaming? I was running for about an hour, I think. I'll see if we run out of steam. Oh my goodness, I need to have a little look at the messages again. It's probably a cool way to have the collective help. Choose your next module. Yes. Yeah, I would be really, yeah. So I mean, I will look at the comments now. In terms of this system, then, I mean, I've got to just explore what I can do with the mini brute and this. Just as I started to kind of get something on the go. Can I get it? kind of like a. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, that connection of sensitivity. So I'm thinking about this, about learning, coming up with a riff, a set of notes, and then putting exactly the same thing, and then playing the actual riff as let's just do it. um let's just so if I'm going, I'll just do like the most bog standard riff. I'll turn 1, 2. Let's just do that. Let's just do like a really simple little arpeggiator. So we'll go. Yeah. So let's just do that one then. So bop, bop, bop. Right, really simple. Okay, so now. So now I'm going to see if I can play that riff as well at the same time. So cable, I need to go. Let's go audio out. Get it down. Oh, Nurleys, worth getting. They look pretty cool. Maybe a bit expensive, but am I, is that something I need to? Am I jumping the gun there? Is that something that you're meant to come to after a couple of years of it? Is it sort of one of those things like when the kind of yuppie kind of gets all the gear on his very first day at it? Is it Nurleys? Do you have to earn your right to have Nurleys? That's what I'm saying. Let's... Oh, bit of a tuning issue there. Hang on. I have to find the start point. So it's kind of a cool way of practicing how you can trigger it. Find the beginning again. There we go. You see, you lose it and then it's all out of step. Anyway, it's kind of cool though. It's sort of proof. Yes, on Nurleys, I think they're great for a beginner. I've redone my rack so many times as I play it, so I understand my workflow better, and they make swapping things faster. That's cool. Super Disting EX. Do you know the disting had just got onto my radar? In fact, I owe Ben Divkid there a big thank you. He has been really, really good in educating me. But the disting, yeah, and learning, and then that's just been a Super Booth Home Edition announcement, wasn't it? The Disting EX. Yeah. Oop, camera. Stinking things. So easy to do, isn't it? Okay. How long have I been streaming? 45 minutes. Thank you everyone for holding on in there. Oh my goodness, we've got 102 people watching. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have just joined, I think you probably can gather what's going on. But yeah, so this is my first foray really into Eurorack, and yeah, as I say, I just love playing the bass like stupidly. It's sort of just don't take it away from me. I know I'm making a big old racket, but it's the thing that I want to do. So if I can if I can do that and that at the same time, then that will keep me in a very happy place. um, but yeah, so like super cool effects could be something, couldn't it? Hmm. You know, I'm like, because I'm talking about my pedal board. I'm wondering if it's a, I don't know. I mean, it's on my pedal board. I do actually have a couple of devices that could be useful, and that's I got these the Wahoo and the Volume from Sonus, and both of them have got quite a lot of functionality in them. Hmm. Including, I do believe, well, I can do MIDI out, so that out of both of those, so I could turn them. They could double up as controllers. Hmm. See, I don't like changing my pedal board too much because I rely on things I'm like stomping around on stage. Yeah. I I can't help it. When I see footage back, I'm like, I I didn't do that, did I? Because it just happens. I don't plan on doing anything pretty much. I sometimes I think, like in my mind, I've played the gig and I've been there just going, yeah, grooving, being like this. I see the footage of myself bouncing around. It's like that it's a different memory. That doesn't, emote. Yes. Anyway. Um Morphogene. Morphogene. Oh, bass into Morphogene, create a loop to jam over. Hmm. Have I still got the touche? Yes, I have got the touche. It's behind me. It's here. And the touche, I have controlled my error bus with the CV outputs of the touche. And it's a divine experience. It is an absolute divine experience. Um, I would love like a foot version of the touche, so I could. Well, actually, I'd like a pair of them, like super French slippers. Like, they'd have to be stylish, like, and you know, quite like the idea of that. But I have. Oh my god, this is a confession now. I have controlled my touche with my feet, with my foot. I'm saying it's a confession because I'm just thinking about the other people who've been in the studio that have played my touche post feet control. Hmm. uh, but yeah, it is quite nice. But I was just scared about getting excited and putting all my weight on it. But yes, the touche is some things are constant joy bringers. I made a little video about my 505 the RC 505 looper the other day as a joy bringer, as something that just continues to deliver the goods. In terms of when I play around with it, it makes me happy. I have fun. I have, yeah, I get lost in it, because I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, I think it was over something really boring like insurance and stuff. And I was kind of thinking about the gear that I use and what gear do I use in a professional context and what gear do I just use for sort of just pure joy. And pure joy is like loads, really. I mean, I need a bunch of bass guitars, and I need a computer and a MIDI controller. And then the rest is just joy. And that question of how many have you got, and it's always one less than you need, or what. Um, and there is that thing, isn't there, that synths are they're very, very addictive things. I mean, guitars and basses I find are really addictive too. So I can see like Eurorack being this kind of way instead of gassing over like big, huge things that you have to make a lot of space for, you know, almost the opposite, gassing over things that are less HP like the most it can do in the least amount of HP, I start to see why that could be quite cool. And speaking of which, is the disting probably the most you could do in the least amount of HP? Would that be a thing? Um, uh, oh wow. Super looking forward to the Osmos. Yeah, the Osmos is the keyboard that's coming out from the people who make the Touche Expressive E. Oh, I didn't. I should have bought in on it. That was a brilliant early buy-in on it. Some of my friends have. Yes. Oh gosh, what a thing! What a thing! I'm just gonna have a little look at the comments here. Okay, Rick has got a disting. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of something that can be a kind of like a like a whatever you want it to be. Um, Something that could be a, you know, like a whatever utility that you might need, or and that you don't know that you might need. So the distinct. But then would you get a distinct? I mean, look how empty my my rack is. My rack is very, very lonely at the moment with just this envelope follower. um, but yeah, so I'm wondering where I like samples. I really like messing around with samples. And if there was ways that I could do some sort of weird granular manipulation by I think I do need pitch. I think I need to get pitch to CV, I think. Yeah. Does the disting do that? I wonder. Um does the disting do a yeah, that might be interesting. An audio to pitch. I don't know. Hmm. Okay, that's something. Morphogene. So Morphogene. Disting does do pitch to CV. Okay. Okay. Disting's looking good. Disting is looking good. That could be I quite like the idea of this of it growing through this thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm I'm quite taken by the antiphon from Dreadbox as well. I think about that quite a lot because of the all of those oscillators that you can tune and then have the spring reverb as well. And there are other spring reverb options. I love actually another question to this lush chat room here. How do you think I can fit there looks like there's plenty of space in the back here. Um, but when the racks are in there, is there space in there to put to put a spring tank in there? You can fit a spring tank in. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, man. The so the antiphon isn't that deep. Great. So so an antiphon could go in there quite. I wonder how many HP. It's quite big, isn't it? It takes up quite a bit of space. Oh my goodness! But it's only available in a kit, isn't it? Ah, kit. No, I just don't think that's one area I just don't think I could. I am clumsy at best. Mm, I just would destroy it. 52 HP. Oh, 42 HP. Okay, here's another thing. Does anyone know how many HP a iPhone is so I can use as a guide? I don't have to count them all. Or is there another way of doing it? I mean, I'm honestly, I'm so green at this. It's like I didn't know that HP was whole. Oh, hang on. I am just looking. Um. Oh, okay. That's for later. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at these comments. It's really, really cool. Get a modular grid account. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? So I could put the spec of this into modular grid, and then people. Hi Ben, yes. um, um, So then I could any of the modules I'm thinking about, I could just try them. And does modular grid take into account power? Can you say how much power is available, and then will it then say how much power the units will take out, or is it purely for layout ideas? Because again, all of this is like, it's just I've really not put the brain power into trying to learn about it. So yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty cool then. So I could be all right. So I could get the modules that I'm eyeing up, then see how they look, arrange them, see what the kind of what the connections are like. Uh so I have got a neutron here, and I really like that synth, and I could put it in here, and I think if I remember rightly, can I get it in and the 119? I think I might be able to. Oh, hmm, modular grid, they're saying modular grid. Okay, so yes, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I mean, are you are you meant to count? Is that what you do? Well, I would lose count. Like you count? Do you count them, or is that just like the most ridiculous idea? Does no one count them? um, neutron with a couple of distings is a great combo. Hmm. Yeah, so the neutron has got a delay in it as well. Hmm. Yes. Power supply is going to work. Cool. Yeah, screw hole is one HP. So yeah, so just yeah, just having some standard thing. Yeah. Okay. So this is quite interesting. You know, I have made my very first connection tonight. And it's so lovely to have had a bunch of people to be there with me. I think I'm probably going to sign off. I was aiming to go for an hour tonight, so I'm just reaching that hour. My goodness, so 104 people. We should keep going a little bit longer, or quit while you're ahead, if I am indeed ahead. Um, hmm. But this is cool. As I say, I definitely want to make decisions about this based on real world things coming in, I think. Yeah, I've got some pretty cool things in here that I'm just like the Leaf Audio box. It's over there. Shall I bother getting it? No. Um, it's got contact mics built in. You can knock it and bang it and do all sorts of stuff to it. So I'm fairly sure that that signal going through here, ooh, could be a lot of fun too. Um, but yeah, I want pitch. I want pitch to CV, I think. So the disting, or maybe now, so the disting, there is this new disting. Oh, hang on. Use your bass as modular triggers and let the modules make the sound. Okay, okay, work as a guitarist. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to see so many friends in the chat room, though. Fantastic. Hello, Robin. I just see Robin's just joined as well. Yeah, great. So yeah, this is pretty fun. So I suppose a lot of the time, because if I'm playing, then both of my hands are kind of are in operation, and I don't think using feet on this Eurorack is a good idea. Although I have got incredibly flexible toes, I can do things with my toes I've never seen anyone else do. But you're okay. I'm not going to show you my toes. I might do that. I might do that in a future video, but I will give plenty of warning about it and disclaimers that there will be toes in there. But they can. I, I'm sure I've got an extra joint in them. They can. They all. I can do certain finger-like things. God, God, this sounds like a really weird, creepy conversation now. So I'm going to leave that in your imagination there. Yes. Um, but anyway, yes. So I'm going to probably stop in a moment. Just out of entertainment. Just I'll start getting the top hat and tails on and getting a bit of the entertainment ramped up. Um, Gosh, I definitely need to have comments by here. There's such a lot of great comments going on. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for that. That is so cool to be all hanging out there together. It's very cool. Yeah, but I was going to say, because my hands though are being occupied as I'm playing, so it's quite a nice thing to think about having. If I'm processing actual sort of like guitar signal, to having it do a really interesting thing, like maybe evolving over time. So some really slow modulation sources that could kind of. I'm a huge fan of tremolo. I use tremolo on bass a lot, and sure, it's something I could patch in here probably reasonably quickly. If I have this coming into the external in instead. Here's a little challenge. I should be able to do this, shouldn't I? At the moment, if I need to, let's open the filter a bit. Can I hear my bass coming through? Yeah, I can, look. Oh, sorry about that. Let me stop the clock. I'm going to stop this business. Now, what I'm going to do now then, this will be my last little thing I'll try and do. This is something I was thinking about. So, so if I'm coming in on the external input, rather than coming in on the master input, then I'm coming in. Oh, here we go. So I've got my fader down here. That's what I've got down. Let me take the normal oscillators out and oscillator 2. So the only oscillator is my external source, which is the bass. So if I play, I can only hear, because so this is what I want to set up as the gate, isn't it? So if I play a chord here, let's do that chord. Doesn't matter which key I play, but that'll. Now, I should be able to set this gate up then, shouldn't I? So it triggers, and so as I play, the envelope should do that though, shouldn't it? Let me see. Or should it? Let me think. I want the behavior now, so that it opens and closes as the string decays. Yeah. So gate is too simple. We want to go envelope out on this one, don't we? So envelope out. Now, where do we want to go in? I want to go in. I want to be controlling the VCA. Am I missing a? Do I still need a gate signal as well? What's my? Oh, hang on. VCA C into CV, I guess. Okay, this is where I'm being thick. Hang on. Let's have a look. What's being said? Patch into the envelope gate input. Ben to the rescue. Gate output to the envelope gate in. Gate out. Envelope. I guess this will be. I think the AD is the jobby, isn't it? There. So trig. Yes. Thank you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. That momentous moment was completely blocked by my bad camera skills. Oh, nice. So we are in. We got filter action. Now here our envelope can cut. Our envelope, yes. Our envelope can now follow the cutoff. Yes. So let's see now. So. Ah, okay. So it's kind of pretty cool. Um, LFO to that filter. Yes. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Gosh, it's really tricky to keep up with these comments. I'm ever so grateful. But turn the VCA bias up to full just to have it open and running. So yes, that's interesting. What so we've got it down in VCA. Where are we? What am I saying? Look, it's so nice. Everyone is chipping in here. This is really hard to follow, though. Well, or rather, my brain is at fault. Opening Alt 2 tab should give you a bit. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Alt 2. Oh yeah, that just kind of. Oh, I'm starting to feel the filter now. Oh, we can get some brute factor on this as well, can't we? Okay, let's stop messing around now. This is the mean. This is the nasty stuff now. Oh. This is the nasty thing. This is what we like. Oh. That's pretty horrible. It's quite in a nice way, though. Oh, it's like a little. Here is a little, just a little. Mm. Here's a little tale. You know, analog synthesizers, they sound fantastic when they're plugged into gigantic rigs at big festivals. And we're just going to go back in time to 2016. And I played a gig with the Charlotte Church Late Night Pop Dungeon. It was the first gig. And in fact, when we played that gig, we thought it was just a simple one off concert. Now, this was at the very last All Tomorrow's Parties festival. Now, these had run for about 20 years in Britain, where each time it would happen, it would be curated by a famous person. And they were like always very super cool people who would be chosen to curate it. People like, Nick Cave and Portishead did it once. And Matt Groening from The Simpsons, he curated one, and different people would curate them, and then they could choose. They could have their fantasy lineup. Now, this story is worth telling. um, Charlotte Church, I'm sure some of you will know her, but she is like a household name in Britain for sure. She was also actually a world star at the age of 12, and she sang at two presidents' inaugurations, or rather Clinton's second one. And to her great shame, she sang W. Bush's. I say great shame. I mean, let's just say their politics don't actually meet. Certainly now, Charlotte's become quite a rebel, and she's an amazing person. So she would be on like Question Time, which is the UK's biggest kind of political show, I suppose. Because she would speak her mind, and she's a really cool person. Anyway, that is a digression. But she met the comedian Stuart Lee. Well, they know each other, and she saw him up in London one time, and Stuart had been tasked with being the curator of all tomorrow's parties. They didn't think it was going to be the last one. Sadly, that's another story. But anyway, Charlotte put out a few EPs recently, in the last few years before that, of her more experimental music. She'd really gone away from the commercial world and was just wanting to be an artist, and she did some beautiful music. Commercially wasn't that successful. I mean, she was an extremely successful child star. She had sold 10 million albums by the age of 15, by the age of 15. It's just crazy. But you know, by her becoming quite rebellious, she became like a tabloid figure in Britain, and she would regularly be on the front pages of the, of the horrible rag. Ugh, I'm really hoping the end of this thing is going to see off that just terrible tabloid newspapers. I don't know how many are people getting the newspapers. I just don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, that's another thing. But this story, it must continue because it is cool. Stuart Lee is a alternative comedian. I'm sure some of you will know him. If you don't know him, he is amazing. He's almost like I don't know. He's like a spokesman in a way for a lot of our. I don't know. He's so like he's almost he he almost does anti jokes. Check him out if you don't know him, but he is fantastic. But anyway, he asked Charlotte to be part of this thing, and Charlotte didn't want to do her nice artistic music. It would have been the wrong fit. Stuart Lee has famously got a very acerbic, like he loves a lot of noise guitar bands. He likes a lot of noise electronic stuff as well. Huge fan of Autechre, that kind of thing, or and further, going over. So Charlotte's music wouldn't have worked there. So she was aware of this. So her partner Johnny kind of concocted this idea, the late night pop dungeon, and I was drafted on board to be the bass player, and they were kind of open to things. They had a quite a good idea. It was a brilliant idea, but when we had our first rehearsal, things really came together in an interesting way. "Why are you telling us this, Williams? Get on with it. What's all this about?" That's why you're wondering. Well, because it was a pretty special gig, and we had, like, the headline, like, last on Saturday night at this event, so it was a big show, um, and I was thinking, "Oh, this sounds like it could be something good for." I just had the MIDI bass. This is the bass that's is it in sharp? Not quite, but I have done some things on Sonic State with it before, but I will be doing a lot more. Industrial radio MIDI bass. I thought this could be a perfect opportunity to use it. So I did. I did that gig with that MIDI bass. Now, what synth did I use? I used the Erebus. I used my Dreadbox Erebus. And the sound of the Erebus being played with the MIDI bass coming out of that big rig. All Tomorrow's parties always overspec the PAs. They were banging really big, loud, top quality PAs. So doing these monster fat riffs with the sound of the Erebus coming out of the bass. Oh man, it was a delight. It was a delight. I did the tiniest amount of actual tweaking of the core sound for the whole gig. Uh, so most of the gig, when I kicked it in, I had it on its own expression pedal. So at any point, at any time, I got my regular effects and my regular bass sound going on, but at any point in time, I could just put the sort of the volume pedal in and bring in the Erebus. And, it was just like it was like the plummiest, richest, subbiest, beautiful, detailed, thick, heavy. Oh, it was a pure delight. But, you know, like with festivals, even, say we had the headline slot here, but you are harassed for time and the changeovers and getting stuff off and getting stuff on. You know, I know often when you're in the audience waiting, it seems like no one's doing anything, but you need that time. And man, getting everything in, all the extra stuff that it entails is stressful. And I mean, um, I don't know if Rick is still in the chat room. Rick Alpin, the great Rick Alpin, I must say, and he helped me on the Sonic State Live, the last performance I did, at the worst ever performance of my lifetime at that one. So still online, so you're welcome to check it out. And no, you're not. Don't watch it, please. But so many things kind of went wrong, and even the pin, one of the pins on the, it's coming out of the base bent. It's never done that before, you know. And this is the thing, isn't it? If you're playing live, the stuff needs to be super robust because, you know, the old adage of if it can go wrong, it will go wrong is super true. Oh, the signals. I turned the screen off. My God, these cameras are annoying. They are annoying. I apologize for that. My goodness. Okay, still going strong though. This is nice. Oh my goodness, loads of great comments. Um, Camera, yes. I'm so sorry about that. My 30-minute reminder. um, Robbie Bronneman was telling me about he's got this timer now. It's like I think it's like a productivity timer, and I think it's some geometric shape, and you can just rotate it, and it will just count down and go off in 15 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever it is. I'm thinking I should get something like that, some sort of half every time I press them buttons. Uh, yeah. But anyway, God, you know, there's 101 of you out there watching this, so I kind of don't want to stop because I'm enjoying it. If you're kind of enjoying it, I might keep on a little bit longer. But um, yeah, this is great, and there's such a lot of cool things being said in the chat room that I need to be able to read this later because there's such a lot of cool advice and yeah. I've goldfish memory talking about the camera reset a few hours ago. Yes, I was. I was on Sonic State talking about this very problem, and see there it goes. The cameras, you know. Yeah. So yeah. So the next step, I am going to be doing something next week with Eurorack. I can't say exactly what that is just yet, but yeah, it is something is going to happen. And I wanted to do that's actually why I'm doing this video now. I wanted to make a video about um, taking my first step, which I've done tonight with witnesses. um, but I want to yeah, I'm going to do something next week as well. Uh, so I needed to take this first step. But the thing I'm going to do next week, I don't know if that's something that's going to stay blah blah blah. But you know, this developing along, going along the lines. I think the disting is the way. Whether it's the new one, the disting EX, is it, or the current disting? I think so. I've got so I can get like a pitch to see. So I can get a pitch to CV. I think that will be a lot of fun, and will expand this setup quite a bit. Um, Yeah, but where next after that? I don't know. Um, uh, uh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sign off because I've enjoyed this and I don't want to overstay my welcome. But thank you everyone for taking time to join in and the comments. And it's, as I say, and to my friends, my old friends, and to you new friends as well. Yeah, a real pleasure. And yeah, wow, wow, thank you so much again. Yeah, and woo, here we go. I want to play, but I think I think I'm a little bit shy. I think I need to just go ahead and do a few things. But yeah, I will. I'm gonna sign off, and I will catch you all soon. Thank you, Matt. Cheers, guys. Welcome to the what do you say? Welcome to the Eurorack world. Yeah, great, lovely. Thank you, thank you. Everybody, take great care. What a pleasure! What a pleasure to be in this big world, this big global gang. So many awesome people, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.